Professor. In this video, I'm going to be covering three questions. The first one is, how did you study? I studied by making sure that shuffling was involved, so there was no fixed order to the studying. I would also make sure that I was able to target cards that I did not know that well. So I did that by separating cards into different piles, right? So one pile is something that I know very well already and I'm consistently getting it right, versus cards that I'm still iffy with. Mm, I would also say that I needed to consistently see the cards to actually study them. And how that worked was just having a set timer, whether it's 10 minutes or whatever it is, throughout the week to just look at the cards nonstop. And that eventually led to better learning. That leads me to the second question, which is what adjustments did you make and why did you make the adjustments? Um, so I know I mentioned a little bit about timing already, but I want to emphasize on it more. So initially on the first week of any deck, I usually study for like 10 minutes or so at the most, and that's usually not enough to meet the AIMS requirement. However, the following weeks, I usually stay close to the 30-minute mark, and that eventually helps me to meet the AIMS requirement. And saying this, I want to say that I made this particular adjustment regarding like the time change because I felt like it was helpful in just bringing me to whatever the expectation was of me. I think it was like 14 cards at least, with 30 seconds. And finally, the last question I want to cover here is, did you meet your personal objectives in this course and why? I would say that the objectives were met because I remember writing about how I wanted to interact with my professor at least 2 times a week, and I think I've done that. Um, Although I feel like the way that I could have like went with interacting with my professor could have been a little bit different. Um, I feel like I'm happy with how I did it because a lot of the times when I was able to go into class, I just felt like the timing was not convenient because I had like a very rigid schedule and I didn't want to change it because I felt like that would bring me some stress. But yeah, outside of that, I would say that there was a personal objective of just applying whatever I learned to the personal experiences that I had within the ABA work field. And yeah, I feel like I've been able to do that. Always, whenever I write about um, stuff related to the lecture or even a discussion board, I'm always just thinking about how does this apply to me or what I've went through. And seems like I'm able to write about it. So yeah, I'm happy with everything. Thank you for watching, Professor, and that will be all to this video.